Hi YouTube, welcome to the Emporium Outdoors. My name's Michael. Today we have Simon and Esme, and we're out on a nice sunny day in April. It's Sunday and the sun is warm, but the temperature is probably about 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. So we're trying to stay into the warm sunlight. We brought the truck today. It was only a day trip. Fortunately we didn't manage to camp this weekend as we hoped we would, but we're going to have to make the most of it. So we brought some new things to test out. I'm actually wearing one of them here. This is the Helikon-Tex Pilgrim Anorak jacket, I think they call it. And it's the first time I've worn it. I've obviously tried it a couple of times and I really like it. It's actually the companion to the trousers that I have on, which are the Pilgrim trousers, which I've actually fallen in love with. And I had to buy the jacket to complete the outfit. Here's Simon. So we're looking forward to a good day. We brought some food along. We're going to have a little camp out. We're going to set up a hammock and test out a few things. So if that sounds like fun, then you're more than welcome to join us. Up. Go on. Oh. Come on, Simon. Charles. Okay. So you've just watched me set up the hammock. It's very simple. It's a cheap hammock to replace my Thermarest Slacker, which unfortunately just fell apart. I think I left it out in the sun for too long, which is not good, but it wasn't my main hammock, so I'm normally very good about UV protection. But this is like $30. I think the low capacity is about 600 pounds. So you can get a couple of adults in here. They are cheap. It comes with straps and carabiners. This is the ladder type strap, so as you can hopefully see, the straps have little loops that you can put in different places, so they're not fully adjustable, but for a basic hammock you can't go wrong for $30, and it makes a great chair. So I also threw in my Helikon-Tex Swagman roll poncho. This is nice because I might have a bit of a nap later on. I'm just going to lay that underneath me, and that'll keep the bottom of it somewhat warm. One of the big things with hammocking is because of the airflow across the bottom, they do get very cold if you don't have anything in there. So if I do plan to take a bit of a nap, that'll be a welcome piece of kit that I brought with me. So before I get stuck into some of the cooking that I'm going to be doing, let me show you some of the features of this jacket. Like I say, this is extra large. People always ask me about sizing. This is an extra large jacket. I have a 44-inch chest. I'm 5'9" and 200 pounds slightly plus, but let's not even talk about that. But this is a great fit. I do have longer than normal arms, I guess, but this actually fits great. I find the extra large for me in most of the Helikon-Tex stuff works fine. My trouser size, I tend to take whatever my waist is, so that's fine too. So why I bought this jacket is because I've really enjoyed the trousers, the Pilgrim trousers. Just totally fell in love with them. They're very, very comfortable, seem durable. I like the feel of the heavy cotton, so I bought the jacket. So it does have these Velcro cuffs and shoulder pockets. Also has these big chest pockets too, and it has the same type of button system as the trousers, these big kind of NATO type of buttons. And you can store quite a lot of stuff in there. Like that. See, 2 chest pockets. So you can keep stuff in either side. And they have little sub pockets. Helikon-Tex seems to do this quite a bit. with the pocket system so that it's not just stuff with stuff. If that makes sense. But you can compartmentalize like smaller items. Same on this side, another shoulder pocket, another chest pocket, and also I like these two front hand pockets. Similar to the Woodsman's anorak, another jacket I really enjoy. It does have a cinch cord inside here as well, so you can actually tighten up the waist if you wish. I tend to like them baggy, and also the ventilation zips. So this is the heavy cotton fabric, and you can apply a wax to it as well. I do wax my stuff from time to time, so normally where I'm going to be getting it wet, so on the shoulders I'll probably wax this, and on the trousers I tend to do the knees, so it just gives it a bit of extra protection. On the inside there are some loops, I think for clipping keys on and such, but there is no internal pockets. For the hood, it's a nice big hood that you can obviously cinch up, keep you nice and dry. And there's also a volume adjuster in the back of the hood that I can adjust the volume, and there's also a cinch cord as well to bring it in slightly. But this is nice. Underneath today I've just got on, this is actually another Helikon-Tex product. This is their range shirt, I believe it's called. It's kind of a thinner material, but for a day like today it's actually perfect. I'm not sweating at all. I've just got a simple merino wool t-shirt underneath, then the long sleeve range shirt. Maybe show you that later. And this just keeps the wind off. So yeah, the only thing I don't like is I do like the Velcro patches that they put on, so you can put on a little emblem or whatever. I know it's a kind of silly feature, but I kind of like it, so I like to put a bit of decoration on, make it different from everyone else's same gear. So yeah, I'm actually wearing a Helikon-Tex cap as well. So I also have a Helikon-Tex cap on today. This is actually one of my favorite caps I've ever owned. It's a really nice, well fitted cap. It just has a Velcro fastener on the back, space for a Velcro patch, and also a Velcro button on the top. And I think that's obviously if you want to put like an infrared marker on there or something like that, if you were so inclined. But really like it. It's nice, lightweight. It's nice in the summer and the warmer months. And this is what I'm probably going to be wearing for this summer. Unless it gets really hot, and then I may swap to the Woodsman's anorak, because that's a little bit thinner. But this works well. I think I can also modify this slightly to put a bug net on the inside and convert it into a bug shirt. But we'll see how that works out. Okay, that's enough about my clothing. We're all set up. I think I'm going to get the fire going, and then we'll think about cooking some lunch, because I'm pretty hungry. So many of you for years have been telling me to ditch my still gas chainsaw and buy an electric. So I was at the store the other day and I picked up a cheap one that was on sale. See whether I liked them or not. I picked this up from Princess Auto. What was it? A couple of days ago. It has a 10-inch bar. So it's a little guy. Still takes bar oil. The whole thing, including a 20-volt lithium battery, was 89 Canadian dollars, and I couldn't pass it up. I'll see how it works out, but it's super light. I could throw it at the back of my quad, and I'm not sure how it's going to work, so I can't tell you whether it's going to be any good or not, but we're both about to find out. So this is my first foray into the electric chainsaw market. The chain is obviously new, so it's nice and sharp. So let's cut a few bits of timber. I'm going to need some smaller pieces of wood for my wood stove fire in a second, so let's figure this out together. It does have some log grabbers on the front, Obviously these are plastic or whichever. So I need some smaller sticks for what I'm doing, so I'm just going to chop this down. A bit of vibration, because it's a small twig. Let's toss this to one side. Simon. So it actually works pretty well. I'm actually quite surprised. The bar's a little short from what I'm used to, with it being only 10 inches. I think my bars are 16, so it does make a bit of a difference. I did notice it cut out a few times when I was using it, when it was pretty deep in the wood, but I could just restart it straight away. So that was kind of interesting. So it does have overload protection, which is very important. It's easy to handle. It feels like a regular chainsaw. Maybe this part feels like an angle grinder. But it's very controllable. I did have to adjust the chain tension. This little knob here. But yeah, I think I'd be comfortable taking that on the trails. I wouldn't be able to get through some larger logs, obviously, but I think this would work for cutting up small pieces of firewood. So I think for $89 you'd be hard pressed to beat this. I think if I do like it, I may look at a bigger one, but yeah, let me know what you think. So we've got enough wood now, we can start a fire. So for my stove today, I'm just going to be running with the simple stove I used on my last trip. This is perfect for today. Just going to get it the right way up. There we go. Got the opening in the front that we can feed the fire with. So it does come with an ash pan, which I think I may use today, so that just slides in the bottom like so. And I can put my grill top on, but I think I'm going to put some wood in there first. Actually going to throw some charcoal in. So these are our little logs that we chopped up earlier. our birch bark. And what have we got for twigs? Twigs and sticks. There we go. Some of this charcoal wood that will be easy to burn. So, that looks good. It's actually warming up quite a bit. Yeah, so still liking the Moira Garberg. It's a very nice knife. This is the only one of my knives that actually use the spine to use on a ferro rod. I don't really like doing that because it does leave these char marks on the back, but this is kind of designed for it. My other knives, I mean, this is a cheaper knife, I guess, so I'm not care 100% about it. It's a nice knife, but if you get a few marks on it, I don't care with this one. Some of my other knives I'm a bit more kind of protective about, but this should be fine. So this will take probably 20 minutes to get to a point where I can cook on it, and that's what we're going to be doing next, I think. So this is all I had this morning, and it was too early for me to go out and get something else. So it's actually a sterling eye of round. It's an oven roast. This is going to be tough, but the dogs won't mind. don't even want it cooked. Simon. Simon. That's actually not too bad. That'll be much tougher. Try a piece of cooked meat. It's hot, hot. And I have also testing out this thing, which is a new Helikon-Tex product. This is part of the bushcraft line, but it's effectively a cafetiere. So it goes into that. I think this is the standard mug, so it has a little spout on it, which I actually quite like. But you can put your coffee grinds in. Obviously, you press down the plunger, and then you can pour your coffee out. So I've tried it a couple of times so far. I like it. It's good. I think it would be, I'll have to check when my other lid works on it, because it'd be nice to have both lids and make it kind of multi-functional. But yeah, that'll go on later on, and I'll have my coffee. So let's test this little saw out for something that I might find on the trail. So this is, let's say, about 8 inches across. Can't get my hands around it. But if it cuts through this, then I'd be comfortable taking this with me on a trip as my main saw. So let's give it a go. So it seems to do pretty well. I mean, that's a reasonable sized log. So we did get it so it stopped a couple of times, but I don't see that as a problem, if I'm honest. Just means you have to back off a little bit. Even a gas saw will stall. But yeah, I think the real test is how long will it run for? That is one of the biggest questions. So what are my initial thoughts on the saw? Well, for $90 Canadian, I'm actually very impressed. I think if I was a homeowner that had to take off a few tree limbs now and again, I probably wouldn't bother with a gas chainsaw. I would probably go with something like this, something simple. You just have to charge it up, it's ready to go. There's no tuning to worry about, no gas to mix, no spark plugs. Very simple, easy, has a nice feel to it. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. The chain is nice and thin, so for a smaller motor this probably cuts quite well. The overall build quality seems reasonable. I mean, it's plastic, it's $90. It has a 2 amp hour battery that fits, and it comes with a 110 volt charger. So yeah, I think the real question is, if you are going out for extended periods of time, you'd need some way to charge this up, and I may have a solution to that too. But for someone that camps year round or works in the cold climates, especially in Canada, then battery powered units tend to suffer quite badly. The cold, once it gets below -10 for instance Celsius, then these sorts of devices really struggle, and they get damaged as well. So it's not ideal, but for summer use I think this would be great. I'd be happy to take this out with me. Now I can see some of the capacities. I've run it for, I don't know, probably about 10 minutes, somewhere around there, and it's still got lots of power, lots of charge. I do like it has overload protection. I think that's obviously very important to protect the device, and you have to go a little bit more gentle than maybe with a gas chainsaw, but even they stall out. So you have to learn how to use the equipment you have. But like I say, for $90, I'd be quite happy to take this with me on a camping trail or two. And you'll probably see this in my video in the future. What I do like about this is its portability. It's smaller than my still, and I don't really care which way up this gets stored. My still's a little bit funny, that if I don't store it this way up, then it can leak from these top caps, either the gas or the oil. But yeah, there you go, Princess Auto Hyper Tough chainsaw. So quite a solid amount of ice just on the banks there, but Esme loves to go for a dip. Even Simon got lucky too. Got spikies. Beautiful day. Okay, we're going to head down the trail a bit further. So I'm just a little bit paranoid about bears at the moment, because I didn't bring any defences, but they're not prevalent in this area, but they are out and about, that's for sure. I've got two little snacks running along with me. So what I normally do is I'll just run a podcast on my phone as I'm walking along, so it sounds like people talking, and that should give them a lot of heads up that there's people around, give them the option to get out of the way. So I hope you've enjoyed the day trip out with Esme and Simon and I. We certainly did. We had a very good day. Time's getting on a little bit now, so we need to pack up and head for home. It's another 2.5 hours drive for us to get back, so I don't want to leave it too late. I think it was the right decision not to camp overnight. I think the mornings are way too cold for Simon, and he would have really suffered. Unfortunately, he's really showing his age now, and we can only even do short walks, so I'm trying to give him the best that he can have with his abilities, like we've always done, but now it's become very limited. So we'll keep an eye on him, make sure he's happy, and Esme always takes care of him too, so they're the best of friends. Anyway, so on that note, I wish you well, and until next time, take care. And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.